Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. Today, we are discussing the Glashütte Original Pano family PanoMaticLunar. 40 millimeters in diameter in stainless steel, this German-built watch measures 12.9 millimeters thick, and it is 47.3 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Watches made in Glashütte are relatively rare in the scope of all luxury watch production, but they are invariably elegant, and you can see this watch lives up to the reputation of East Germany's premier watchmaking region. So short across the wrist that I could recommend it for a 13.5 centimeter circumference wrist. This watch also wears well on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. It's low enough, especially with a sloped bezel, that it'll fit underneath the cuff. And you can see that it's equipped with a lovely muted, nubuck textured, medium rectangular scale alligator leather strap. There is some bolstering in the center to give it volume, a monotone stitch, a folded edge, and then on the bottom, calfskin. And you'll appreciate that it is a brand new Glashütte Original factory strap. The watch includes a factory deployant clasp, and as you can see, it is a friction fit with a combination of polish and satin, and this one is still remarkably fresh as it continues to bear its original packing sticker. Taking a quick look at the case, you'll appreciate a contrast between polish and satinated elements. Also the fact that Glashütte Original chose to break the lugs out from the case band, so rather than a Rolex-style integrated lug, is what an integrated lug looks like, we have stepped lugs instead, and we have that little crease between lug and case to give the watch a bit of a vintage look. You'll also appreciate that there's a bevel on the side of the lug, polish on the top, and then the bezel is surprisingly subtle. There's a vertical section, there's a conical section, and then there's a step up and a flange just before we reach the sapphire. So there are several different wrinkles to that bezel design. There is a little pusher on the outside that can be used for indexing the moonphase. We have a Glashütte Original logo on the crown. And then the watch includes a lovely ardoise dial. It's a sort of anthracite metallic. We have a concentric pattern for the hours, minutes, and seconds subregister. And then we have a nice matte frosted or opaline style finish for the remainder of the dial. You could see that the moon phase as well as the date feature little steps down from the dial to their discs, so you don't have an ugly sheer cut through the dial, while some Glashütte Original Pano watches feature a push readjuster for the date complication. Here we actually have a quick set, so it's very easy to set, and approximately once every 2 years and 7 months you will set the moon phase, so that's the adjustment interval for that. Note the seconds hand, note that it stops. This watch has both a quick set date and hacking seconds, and yes, it is a panorama datum, a large or outsized date. We have applique indices on the dial, and we have a set of tiny alpha-style hands that are loomed. On the reverse side, the pièce de résistance. This is a caliber 90 base, so this is caliber 90-02. It is a 3/4 rotor automatic winder with a 42-hour power reserve. It beats 8 beats per second. It has the quick set and the stop seconds. It pivots on 47 joules. It is adjusted to a chronometer and high horology standard 5 positions, and it has a full balance bridge. It has a duplex swan's neck fine adjustment mechanism, and you can see that those mechanisms are fully black polished. They can be used for very fine corrections, though in truth, most of the corrections will be made by manipulating the hairspring and moving the regulator. And you'll appreciate further, I say that a lot, but there's a lot to appreciate here. 2 separate flanks, freehand engraved. So this is done with a burin by hand and eye. These are not engine-turned or machined engravings. We have stripes. They are stripes in Glashütte, not Côte de Genève. We're not in Switzerland. We have a engine turning on the base plate, black polishing of the regulator, the swan's necks, and the center of the rotor with the ball bearing. We also have a multiple solarization hand finishing on the reduction wheel associated with the winding system, plus many fire-blued screws, all of this in a 50-meter water-resistant case. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.